Okay, so we're back. We're working out how to allow for the quantum biofeedback technology to be displayed live on Facebook, and Facebook just kicked us off. So I'm just going to start over again. On this live, I want to introduce you to what the quantum biofeedback technology is and what types of information and experience you can have working with it. So I am screen sharing the actual end of the technology that I view when I'm working with a client or working with a group. And I've already gone in and added in voice and picture. And so now we're at the results page, and we're doing that to ensure that everything remains anonymous for this display. So when we come in, there's a lot of different information that we can gather. And when we're working with quantum bioenergetic feedback, we're looking at the biophysics of the body. So we're looking at the atomic level, the cells, the atoms, and our energetic body, right? So as we know, atoms are made up of 99.99999% energy, right? Vibrating in an empty space. So our cells, our atoms are all energy. This is the biophysics of our body. Then we have our emotional body, our mental body, and our spirit bodies, which are also all energy. So we can look at all of this information and understand what is currently being stressed out. So through voice analysis, we run the voice analysis, which is all frequency. We run the frequencies that is emitting through a person through the quantum biofeedback technology and comparing it to thousands of different frequencies that have been studied for a very long time. This is newer to the Western world. That being said, quantum bioenergetic feedback has been around for a very long time in countries like Russia and Germany and Switzerland and other places in Europe and to the East. So these technologies have been around really, after World War II is when a lot of energy medicine and countries like Germany and Russia put a lot of money, I'm talking trillions of dollars, into the development of energy technology for energy healing and the study of the frequencies. So when we take the voice analysis, it's being run against thousands of frequencies that are the baseline of ease and health for various different elements of our makeup. So this is going to be a little bit of a demo of some of the things that we can see when we're working together through quantum bioenergetic feedback. So now you're going to see immediately the body showing up here. And you'll see in the scan some red, some yellow, some green, and then blue. So blue areas are areas that we want to immediately focus on because this is chronic stress, right? So these are things that are hanging out and around for a long time, and we really want to address these. Not only do we see, okay, yeah, this person's amino acids are chronically stressed, we can actually go in and see what amino acids specifically are showing up for this person as energies that they need to be in training too, because the energy is out of alignment. So the red ones here, these would be top priorities. Red is going to show up as well as a top priority for acute things. Now, when we're looking at it, we can see, like, say, essential oils or Bach flower essences or different supplements that would be high priority to be using right now. So today, when we run this scan, serine and arginine and alanine, these are amino acids that are high priority frequency to be running with this person right now. And then things that are over 600, we generally consider that to be high priority as well. Even though it's yellow, it's still rather close. The highest number is 777 that this program runs off, and the base is 0. So anything below 100 and above 600 are areas that we really want to focus on. So then we can scroll down and start to see, okay, are any of the amino acids chronically stressed or deficient or having issues with these? And we see that 2 of them are. So I'll show how we modulate this once we go through and really understand the various things that we can look at. So we have, looking at the spine, looking at the organs, right? Looking at every single organ in the body, and really understanding, okay, right now, this individual, their lungs really need some support. And if we scroll down, okay, liver. Now we take this information and we don't let this one screen give us all the answers. We want to build upon the information to really create a clear picture of what is really going on for a person to best support them in restoring ease and health. So we have all these different areas that we look at within the body. We have herbs that we can look at. And, okay, we see milk thistle, top herb right now for this person. And we just saw on the last screen that their liver is chronically having challenges. And milk thistle is an incredible herb for the liver. So we see, okay, starting to piece things together. Cayenne is another great herb that helps alkaline the body. And we have ashwagandha here and gotakwala, which are both adaptogenic herbs that can be really supportive to calm the body, to help bring the body into ease so that our liver, which holds on to that anger, that fiery energy, can start to be supported and go through cleansing. So through the different information channels, we start to get a very clear picture about what's going on. Now, as you can see, we look at digestion, we look at energetic, we look at electrical sensitivities. If you are a highly sensitive person and you feel that, okay, maybe things in your environment are really challenging at this time, we can look at how the lights and the radio waves go down. This person is having some chronic challenges with the electrical appliances, right? So then we get them on a protocol for that. Now, not only can we receive all this information about the physical body, we then go into the mind as well. And we can look at emotions, right? We would directly go into looking at, okay, this brain situation, this brain anatomy, brain EEG are both showing up here as chronic. So we go in and look, okay, what's going on? Now, this person I know has had a brain injury to the front of their head, so frontal lobes is showing up as a high priority. Not really surprised there based on knowing what's happening. Same with the cortex, which wraps around that whole area where this person has had damage. Right? Same with going into the EEG, right? This is going to show, like, if you had an EEG, your brain waves, right? Where is there, and your brain waves really help you function and have clear thinking and deeper meditation and a really harmonious way of experiencing. Then we have all the emotional ones. And I personally like to run emotional ones with every session because emotions are such a profound part of our experience right now. And emotional healing is so important. So we can show up what emotions are top priority. What emotions, if we scroll down here, are going to show up as, potentially being lodged deeply within as chronic, boredom and pride and rage. And, euphoria can be either too much euphoria, which can actually be a symptom of brain damage, or not enough euphoria at all. So we have the mental aspects. Then we go into the biofields and we can look at what's energetically happening, right? So we can look at, right now we have some sacred geometry coming up, and these are going to be all the different geometrical codes that we can then run the frequency for. And we'll get into that point in a moment. We also have spiritual protection, which is a really important one. Okay, so right now it's showing up that entities and psychic attack are really, really high priority. We also see that chronic liver issue. A lot of times liver stuff can be psychic attacks and entities that are coming through the form of toxic anger and parasitic things that really impact our body's digestive detoxification process. So we would definitely want to address that. We can also see, scrolling down, embracing the light is chronic, right? So potentially, and dark forces as well. So potentially this person is really working with some deeper contracts that are blocking them from really embracing the light and keeping them energetically being influenced by psychic forces and entities. And the really cool part that I'll show you in a moment is we can actually find out where this is coming from. If this is coming from a certain past lifetime, what type of energy is coming through. So we have all these different things that we can look at. Then we can look at the aura, which is actually just going to be a picture of a plant that I put in so that we are keeping this scan confidential. And we're going to see the aura that happens before we do any scanning at all, and the information that we could pull through. We see, and if it translates well on your screen, there's like a dark gray matter surrounding this aura, which energetically is speaking to some of that, the energy attack, the entities. This person's aura is having some challenges. There's not very clear boundaries. That's really creating that gray matter in the aura. So now we go into how we can actually go even deeper into this through the master libraries. And we'll just quickly run this analysis. And if we had the sound up, you would hear the frequency tones playing. That being said, for screen and you being able to not have the feedback, it's silenced for now. So this is where we can start to go even deeper. There's thousands of different things in here. So I just wanted to show you, when we look at that, we can go in and look at, okay, past lifetime. So which past lifetime is creating so much distress right now? We can see, all right, so conception, we're looking at the moment that this person was conceived. So we look to, okay, what's happening with their parents when that went down? And how was that process? Was this an unexpected pregnancy? Things like that that are continuously stressing them out. Then we go into, okay, past 100 to 1,000 lifetimes. We can even go into, all right, death experiences are pretty high up there. Let's go down into seeing chronic areas. All right, so in the womb, right? So we have conception, which was acute, high priority. And then we have in the womb, which is chronic, right? So we would look to some, there are a lot of really incredible modalities that speak to how we're developed in the womb and our conception process, and how that then actually shapes our life moving forward. So once we start to get all this information, what do we then do with it? If we were running a session, we would start taking these things that are chronic and we would start bringing them and their frequencies into the tray so that we could run them, right? So we just drag them so that we can run them. But I want to go back and show you, since we're doing a couple of these programs, we can look at the money magnetizing program, right? And here we have all the different areas where, and this is the group that is beginning mid-March. So we'll be running through this program. Okay, I am ready to accept and increase abundance, right? These areas are showing up as acute stressors to this person fully receiving abundance. Money-making opportunities are available. If their system is saying we're stressed out, money-making opportunities are not available, well, it's going to be really challenging for this person to magnetize more abundance. Being a money magnet, right? So it's a bunch of affirmations. There's also, gosh, what's the word? Mantras. It just totally escaped my brain for a moment. And then we can get down into some of the deeper ones, the chronic ones. Okay, this person is saying, I am open to the flow of abundance, is chronically stressed, right? So if there's a chronic stress around being open to the flow of abundance, how easy do you think it is for this person to actually receive abundance? It's probably really challenging. Same with them accepting their wealth. And here's a big one that I love to clear, to clearing the negative tribal beliefs about money, right? Money doesn't grow on trees, money is the root of all evil, all of those negative tribal beliefs around money, obstacles to money. So we have all these different programs that we then run through, right? So within the libraries, because this is the master program, we really have the ability to look at anything that's going on. And then anything that's not already in this system, we can then go to synergistics. And we can start to see, we'll just use money, since we were just talking about that, the synergy. So this will just take a moment for this person. How, and the synergy is like, how in alignment is this person right now, mentally, physically, energetically, and spiritually to money? So you can see when, if it was 100% in synergy and alignment, the circle would be completely colored in. You'll see yellow is body, red is mind, indigo is spiritual, magenta is energy fields. And you can see that their mind is 100% not in alignment with money at this time. So we would work really diligently on mental beliefs and patterns and things like that. Their body is the most open to receiving it, but their energy field and their spirit body is also having some resistance to this, right? So we would go in and we would have that awareness and then provide certain practices and things. Now, let's say we're talking about supplements. I'm going to type in lion's mane here. If you are one of the people who are striving to live a healthy, whole, complete life, and you are actively looking for information to support your process and heal, as so many of us are, there's a lot of information out there, right? There's so many different diets and supplements, and this diet says do this, and then this diet swears that you should do the opposite. And there's so much information about which one is going to be the best for everyone and which supplement's the best. And honestly, like, we're all unique beings, and the only real way to know the answer to that is through seeing if you're in synergistic with it or not, is through taking the information you receive and then running it through your biofield and actually seeing, am I compatible with this? So it shows up here, this person spiritually is almost 100% compatible with lion's mane. Their energy field is also pretty high. Mentally, it is the lowest. Their body is pretty receptive as well too. So what we would do is we would not recommend the physical supplement of lion's mane. We would actually create through this little magical resonance creator that creates all of our homeopathic remedies. We would create an energetic imprint of lion's mane through running the frequencies. The lion's mane, all the medicine mushroom frequencies and everything are within here. We'd run them through the disc into water that can be held or drank for the energetic, because right now this person's spiritual is really high. The energy feels really high for being supported by this. So let's go back and look. So I'll just show you. We have right, all the mushroom frequencies, the medicinal mushroom frequencies, right? We have lifetimes, as we talked about, brain, nervous system. Really, as you can see, it's very, very, very extensive, the type of information that we can receive. We're just going to drag a couple of these high ones so that you can get an experience. Once we know what we're running, what frequencies we're running, we have options for how we want the frequencies to come through, whether we want them to come through signature waves or harmonic waves. I like to keep mine on harmonic waves with alternating waveform, because different frequencies require different waveforms. And if we're just on sin or square, the frequencies that we're running might not actually be correct. So we keep them on alternating sonic signatures or archetypical codes. We can do, if we're doing an in-person session, the binaural entrainment as well. So once we have that, now we'll try this for like 2 seconds if it ends up being really strange to listen to. We then, once everything's in our made whole, we decide, okay, what is top priority? Body systems, organs. We're just going to select all because I just want to play it for you for 2 seconds. So I just wanted to let you have an experience. Once it's in there, then we start playing. You might have heard for like 2 seconds. I'm not going to keep running it because this isn't, I don't want there to be weird feedback happening between this share. So once we know what our priorities are, what is chronically and acutely being stressed, we then add those in. And what the device does is it plays the harmonic frequency for everything that we add in. And through resonance training, let's say we have body systems in this scan right now. So the body systems that are out of resonance, through receiving the appropriate resonant frequency for health and harmony and ease, is sent in to the biofield. And through the law of entrainment, the stressed out energy internally begins to entrain to the harmonic frequency. And we energetically reset and heal. So when we're looking at how we do this within the group program, in the group programs, we're focusing on something specific. Like we have the money magnetizing program, and we also have the chronic pain program for people who are experiencing chronic pain. And those are very specific things that we run to everyone in the group to support them with that intention. Now, when we're moving through and when I'm working with people one-on-one on this, we get very specific on what your goals are, what you want to experience more of, and what's most important to you in your path right now. And then we look at, okay, how does that show up energetically? We get information and then we run those sessions continuously to really support you on your path of finding harmony and health through ease, right? Through releasing the stress. All dis-ease is created through stress. And if you're like myself and a lot of other people who have had experiences where doctors say, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, yet you having all these symptoms and these adverse reactions and all these experiences of anxiety and stress and all this stuff, like it's because there's stressors in your energetic field. Like everything is energy. And our current medicine model doesn't look at energy, right? We're slowly starting to implement in these amazing technologies that are available to look at what's going on energetically and then to support us at an energetic level to self-regulate and to transform our lives. So that's our brief little introduction to the quantum bioenergetic feedback. If you have any questions about this modality, please do send me a message. Like I said, we have 2 groups happening in March, one for the money magnetizing program, Become a Quantum Money Magnetizer. The other is to address chronic pain. So if you are someone who has experienced chronic pain, which is pain that you've had in your body, mind, or spirit for a long time, and you've tried everything, then I invite you to join the chronic pain group. And if you're someone who wants deeper support, you really want to address things at a personal level, then reaching out to me about working together one-on-one is going to be the best route for you. So I'll drop some of those links below to look at and explore the different options. And again, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending you all so much love.